Hello students, this video is for 7th standard science, part first for chapter second, that is your nutrition in animals, right? So let's start with this chapter. So we have studied the previously the chapter that was your nutrition in plants, and we know basically something. We have some idea about the definition of nutrition. It is nothing that not only means ki like how you are taking the food, but basically the food that you are eating and how you are able to extract the different type of nutrients and the proper utilization of those nutrients for your growth and development is called as nutrition. So this is the definition that we have seen in the first chapter of 7th standard, that was your nutrition in plants. So as far as animals also are concerned, uh, this definition remains almost same, like the like consumption of nutrients from different sources or the food you can say, and how those are being properly utilized, and that only we are going to study in detail about in this chapter. So as far as nutrition is concerned, basically nutrition is a sequential process which takes place in proper series of steps, and there are certain number of steps which are defined, right? So what those steps are, like their first step is ingestion, then you have digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So one by one we'll study and look at those topics. So first one is ingestion, as we were talking about. So the when I'm talking about nutrition, the first thing that comes into mind is like how you are going to or any organism is going to take the food inside its body, right? So that method, or like the by process by which the food is being taken in your body is called as ingestion. So right, for human beings it is very simple, right? You just swallow the food after chewing, right? आप अपने like अपने खाना अपने मुंह में डालते हैं, like after that you chew it again, आप चबाते हैं, and then you have swallowed, आपसे निकल जाते हैं, right? So you can say it is very simple process. But if like we are looking at the other category of animals, so you can say yeah, same thing, similar type of structure is like similar type of adaptation is being found in your herbivores. Like they also will chew the food and they will digest it. Basically they'll feed on grass and leaves. Now come certain animals which are unicellular, and as far as unicellular organisms are concerned, what does it mean? Basically they are the organisms which contain only one cell, and that cell itself will behave as an organism. So first thing that we have is amoeba, and how it captures food is like with the help of pseudopodia, right? Basically they are the finger-like projections. And how what is the structure of amoeba, I'll try to show to you people, and it's something like this thing. This is a and completely only one cell only, and this entire cell itself is behaving as an organism, and the name for this is amoeba. So you can see these two finger-like projections. These are called as pseudopodia, and with the help of this it captures any food which is revolving around it when it is feeling hungry, obviously. And this is done in this way. And if I'm looking at some other organism that has been mentioned in your book is your paramecium, again a unicellular organism. And what do they have is like they have hair-like structure called as cilia, right? Cilia which are present on their body, and with the help of this only they are again able to capture the food. So as far as frogs are concerned, they don't have proper hands and all. So what do they do actually, like if anything is there that can be eaten, like some small sort of insects you can say, they'll use their tongue, and with the help of this tongue they'll catch their prey and they'll feed on that. So you can say tongue is sort of organ which is helping in ingestion for the frogs. Now as far as butterfly is concerned, in butterflies, last year also we have studied like there is a tube like structure that is called as proboscis, and basically with the help of that only they'll suck out the nectar from the flowers, right? And that, right, this type of structure is also present in your honeybee also. So if I'm looking at the structure of butterfly, I guess in this diagram you'll be able to see how exactly a proboscis and where exactly it is being located, right? So I'll try to show. So if you can see in this structure, this is basically a very narrow tube like whole pipe type of structure hota hai, and they suck out the nectar from this thing with the help of these things, right? So these are the certain type of examples or animals you can say where like how they are basically using their different mechanisms for capturing the food. And there are some other examples also given, like hydra. If you are looking hydra, and how it happens is hydras, okay, this is again a very small microscopic organism you can say, right? And how they are using these tentacles basically. Okay, this is not something there's some imaginary concept someone has drawn. So this is basically the diagram of a hydra, and these things like you can see some elongations which are coming out, they are called as tentacles, and with the help of that only they'll capture the food, right? And some other examples have been given in your book, like earthworm has been given. Earthworm basically has a pharynx in the after the mouth, they have a pharynx, sorry, before the mouth, and it is again a muscular organ. They will in like suck out anything, whatever the food might be there. So this is basically the ingestion and different type of methods, like all the body parts where how it is being used by the different type of organisms for them, right? Now the second step in nutrition, that is your digestion. Okay, first it was important कि आपकी body में कैसे भी करके खाना पहुंच जाए. The second is your digestion, and there is a like हल्का सा confusion रहता है at your level कि digestion का हम लोग मतलब समझ जाते हैं कि खाना हजम कर लेना, right? It is not that only. Basically you should understand, like when I'm talking about nutrition, as far as human body is concerned, आप जो कुछ भी खाना खाते हैं उसका छोटे छोटे पीसेस में टूटना जरूरी है, right? So you would be eating like very sort of complex compounds which might be rich in carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. So they are basically the complex molecules, and they need to be broken down into simpler substances, right? And this breaking down of complex compounds into simpler compounds is called as digestion, right? Now what happens after digestion, right? Now you can say like digestion has happened. Now this digested food has to be reached to the different parts of the body, because each part needs energy, right? So उसके लिए पहले आपका एब्जॉर्प्शन होना चाहिए खाने का, भाई कोई स्पेसिफिक ऑर्गन होगा किसी किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म में, एंड फ्रॉम देयर इट हैज़ टू रीच टू द ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. सो दिस like how this food is being absorbed, जो खाना आपका डाइजेस्ट हुआ है, how it is being absorbed, basically इसी को हम absorption बोलते हैं. एंड नॉर्मली as far as humans are concerned, basically we have a proper circulatory system जिसमें हमारा ब्लड कैसे फ्लो करता है डिफरेंट ट्यूब्स के अंदर, जिन्हें वेसल्स बोलते हैं. इट इज़ being done with the help of that. So absorption is that. After that we have assimilation, and as far as assimilation is concerned, finally when the digested and absorbed food has been transported to specific organs of your body, uh, it needs to be utilized for getting the energy. So basically the process by which the organisms are getting the or parts of the organisms, or you can say specifically each cell of the organism is getting energy from the food, is called as assimilation. Now comes the last part in the sequence of nutrition, that is your digestion, right? इट इज़ नॉट लाइक कि आप जो भी खाना खा रहे हैं वो सारा डाइजेस्ट होकर आपका अब्जॉर्ब होकर आपके एसिमिलेट करने में आपकी हेल्प करेगा. बट इट्स लाइक एज ह्यूमंस वी नो हम थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा ही खाते हैं, राइट? तो जो आपका एक्स्ट्रा खाना रहता है, लाइक विच कुडंट बी डाइजेस्टेड प्रॉपरली, right? Or which was digested and could not be absorbed or assimilated, that has to be removed from the body. And that process by which the that undigested or the digested food which could not be absorbed or assimilated is removed from the body is called as digestion. And basically along with this some water will also be removed, right? So this is the five sequence of steps, like ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion is there. These are the five steps which are common for all the you can say all the organisms which are coming under the category of animals. Now in this chapter we'll study in detail about the human digestive system. Now again might be confusion might be there कि we are digestion का मतलब तो कुछ और ही होता है कि complex molecule से simple molecule में तोड़ना, and we are studying about the human digestive system. So basically we'll study कि like अगर हम human digestive system की बात करें, like altogether we have given a name, and here we'll study कि like how the steps are being happening starting from the ingestion to the digestion. So that's it. And this is basically digestive system is there. It is a very complex system, you can say, right? Because multiple number of organs are there which are working together for digestion, you can say, or for absorption, assimilation. Basically आपका मकसद ये कि खाना खा के आपको absorb करना है अपनी बॉडी में, एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करनी है, और जो वेस्ट खाना उससे निकालना है. तो देयर आर डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ ऑर्गन्स आर वर्किंग टुगेदर फॉर दिस पर्पस. लाइक विल स्टडी अबाउट माउथ, बेसिकली बक्कल कैविटी, उसके अंदर हमारा टीथ होगा, टंग होगा, right? Then we'll study about food pipe, there is your esophagus, then we have stomach, large intestine, small intestine. These are the basically the organs, and this is basically a tube like structure, like it starts from your mouth and goes till anus, right? That is last portion of your large intestine. But along with these organs there are other some organs which are called as glands, which are also present in your body. Now what is gland? Glands are some organs in your body which are basically producing some hormones, or you can say, or they are producing some chemical substances, like some enzymes will be produced. And what are enzymes or hormones? They are the chemical substances which will help in some specific activity in your body, right? We'll like look will when we're going to 11th or 9th standard, 10th standard, we'll study about the role of each and those every role of those enzymes or hormones, right? So moving on, we'll start with the chapter with the organs of your digestive system. So first thing is like your mouth, right? Altogether we call this portion as your mouth basically. And the digestion, this basically the ingestion is happening from here, and also apart from that digestion also starts from here. So how? Basically आपने कई बार फील किया होगा कि like even if you try to spit out, आप कई बार थूकते हैं उसके बाद भी बार बार आपके मुंह में थूक आता है. So what happens, basically there are salivary glands, राइट, इन हम हिंदी में मेरे ख्याल से ग्रंथियां बोलते हैं. सो देयर आर टू पेयर ऑफ salivary glands, two on this side and two on this side, which will continuously secrete saliva. And this saliva basically contains this enzyme, again a chemical substance which helps in the digestion of starch, basically any food which is rich in carbohydrate. राइट, अब एक काम तो ये करेगा कि यह स्टार्च की डाइजेशन में आपकी हेल्प करेगा. एंड ऑल्सो अलॉन्ग विद दैट इट हेल्प्स इन लुब्रिकेटिंग द फूड. लुब्रिकेटिंग का मतलब क्या हो गया? लाइक वॉट एवर द फूड यू आर ईटिंग, इट नीड्स टू बी सॉफ्टन, उसे चिकनाई थोड़ी आवश्यकता होगी, बिकॉज इट हैज टू बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड थ्रू फूड पाइप एंड हैज टू गो टू योर स्टमक, सो दिस फूड इज लुब्रिकेटेड प्रॉपरली. लाइक कई बार आपने देखा होगा कि अगर आप कोई सूखा स्नैक वगैरह खा रहे हैं, तो अगर आप उसे प्रॉपरली च्यू नहीं कर रहे हैं और आप उसे खाते हैं तो आपको गले में खरखराहट सी होती है, राइट? So to avoid that, you should chew the food properly, so that there is no difficulty when you are swallowing it. So there are two functions of saliva. First is the to initiate the digestion of starch, and the other one is you can say to lubricate the food, because it has to travel a very long distance now. Right, now comes your tongue. But before tongue, okay, I forgot to mention this word. That is your buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means what? So whenever this word that comes to your in your science, basically it will come in science only. Cavity. Cavity means you can say one small space, which is a hollow space, you can say, right? Any hollow space. So like if right now I'm holding my hands like this, you can see some space will be there in between, so I can say this cavity. So अगर आप अपना मुंह बंद करते हैं, right, you can see कि यार कुछ empty space है आपके टंग और तालू के बीच में. This is entire portion is called as buccal cavity, right? So moving on to the next organ that we have is your tongue. So tongue के बारे में आते बात करते हैं. Now you can see, अगर आप बात भी कर रहे हैं, और even if I'm talking, right, I'm continuously twisting my tongue. So tongue is basically a muscular organ, and what it does is like it helps in mixing of those saliva. जब आप खाना चबाते हैं, आप इट्स नॉट लाइक आप खाली राइट साइड के दांतों से चबा रहे होते हैं. यू यूज योर लेफ्ट साइड और योर राइट और टीथ ऑल्सो. सो दिस ट्विस्टिंग, यू कैन से लाइक प्रॉपर मिक्सिंग जो हो रहा है आपका खाने का थूक के साथ में, सलाइवा के साथ में, दिस मिक्सिंग इज डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ टंग. एक तो काम ये होगा कि मिक्स करने में हेल्प करता है बेसिकली, ताकि आपका खाना लुब्रिकेट हो जाए. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, वी नो ऑल नो कि लाइक हम लोग बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं कि वी हैव हैविंग फाइव सेंसेस, एंड वन ऑफ देम इज to taste. So basically, tongue helps in determining what type of specific taste is there in a particular food item. Like आपको पता है ना, कुछ खाना मीठा होता है, कुछ तीखा होता है, like I can say sweet, salty, bitter, sour, खट्टा होता है, कुछ आपकी चीज़ें होती हैं. So how this taste is being uh, distinguished actually. So on the tongue, basically there are minute sensory like organs, you can say. These are called as taste buds, right? And they help in distinguishing actually कि कौन सा खाना का टेस्ट कैसा है. मतलब अगर आप नमक खा रहे हैं तो आप बोलते हैं कि नमकीन लग रहा है, मिठाई खा रहे हैं तो मीठा लग रहा है. तो पता कैसे लग रहा है? अगर आपको आंख बंद करके खिलाएंगे तब भी आप बता देंगे कि आपने कुछ ऐसा खट्टा खाया है, मीठा खाया है. तो रीजन इज लाइक वी हैव सेंसिंग यूनिट, एक सेंसरी ऑर्गन की तरह काम करते हैं बेसिकली, एंड दे हेल्प्स इन डिस्टिंग्विशिंग द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टेस्ट that we are going to eat. So as far as these taste buds are concerned, I can show you the structure. This is the microscopic structure of tongue. हम लोग टंग अगर नॉर्मल देखते हैं तो हम लोग कैसे देखते हैं? कुछ ऐसे ही देखते हैं, राइट? सो इसमें आपको साफ साफ दिखाई दे रहा है अगर आप माइक्रोस्कोप की हेल्प से देखेंगे. सो दीज आर वेरी वेरी माइन्यूट स्मॉल प्रोजेक्शंस, एंड दीज आर कॉल्ड एज टेस्ट बर्ड्स, एंड दे कंटेन एग्जैक्टली द सेंसिंग यूनिट जो आपके टेस्ट को डिस्टिंग्विश और अलग अलग करने में आपकी हेल्प करती है. राइट, नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द टीथ. राइट, सो एज फार एज टीथ आर कंसर्न, राइट, सो टीथ के बारे में हम लोग देखते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि टीथ आपके दो तरह के आते हैं, राइट? वी ह्यूमंस बेसिकली हैव टू सेट्स ऑफ टीथ. जब आपने खुद देखा होगा, जब एक बच्चा छोटा होता है, लाइक आफ्टर 6 to 7 months ऑफ एज, ही विल स्टार्ट हैविंग द टीथ, राइट? उसके दांत उगने शुरू हो जाते हैं, और टिल द एज ऑफ 5 to 6 years दे विल बी देयर, एंड आफ्टर दैट दे विल श्रेड डाउन, वो टूट जाते हैं, एंड देन अगेन कम्स अनदर सेट ऑफ टीथ. So first set of teeth that are appearing in infants, or you can say small babies, are called as milk teeth, जिन्हें हम भाषा में दूध के दांत भी बोलते हैं. In complex high classes they are also called as deciduous or temporary teeth. तो अभी आपके लेवल में हम बोलते हैं इनको मिल्क टीथ, जिन्हें हम दूध के दांत से भी जानते हैं, राइट? और एक दूसरा सेट होता है जो उनके गिरने के बाद में आता है, दैट इज अ परमानेंट सेट ऑफ टीथ, राइट? अब अगर हम बात करते हैं अगर एक छोटा बच्चा रहता है जिसकी उम्र 6 से 8 साल की रहती है, तो जिस परमानेंट जो मिल्क टीथ होते हैं, ये टोटल मैक्सिमम इनकी संख्या जो होती है 20 की होती है, राइट? बट आफ्टर द शेडिंग ऑफ दीज टीथ, द टीथ दैट वी गेट, दैट इज अ परमानेंट टीथ, इनकी नंबर कितनी कितनी होती है? 32. They will take time to grow, but maximum they can grow up to the number of 32. And again, there are some difference that has been given, right? So basically what happens is like they don't have molars. अगर हम बात करेंगे आगे हमने दांतों के बेसिकली स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में. So we have four types of teeth in human beings, right? Right now you can see like they are incisors, canines, premolar and molar. So basically we have two jaws. One is your lower jaw, other one is your upper jaw. So whenever you're looking at a teeth, right, this white portion, or this white portion basically is made up of substance that is your enamel, and it is one of the hardest substance which is being found in your body, right? Now there comes two distinguished things, that is your crown. So अगर आप मानते हैं कि like they are basically teeth is being inserted in a socket, आपके एक socket के मतलब एक चीज के अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, और that portion is called as gum, जिसे हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, मसूड़ा. And the portion of the teeth which is above the gum is called as crown, and the which is embedded inside that gum is called as fruit root, right? मसूड़े होते हैं, मसूड़ों को हम लोग गम बोलते हैं, और जो मसूड़े के बाहर वाला पोर्शन होता है उसे हम लोग क्राउन बोलते हैं, और जो पोर्शन मसूड़े के अंदर है उसे हम बोलते हैं रूट, राइट? ये तो चीजें हो गई आपकी, बेसिकली आप कोई भी टीथ को स्ट्रक्चर को डिस्टिंग्विश कर सकते हैं इस बारे में. अब देखते हैं फंक्शन के आधार पे. अगर आप शीशे के सामने खड़े होते हैं और आप करने की कोशिश करते हैं, और आप अपने मुंह के अंदर झांकने की कोशिश करते हैं, यू विल रियलाइज कि यू हैव different types of teeth basically. तो अगर आप total divide करें, there are basically four categories. First are your incisors, like which are located in the front, and they are on the upper side also. And incisors are the one that are basically used for biting anything. Again, I'm telling, when you are having a fruit like mango or banana basically, so you will use your front teeth, right? So they are basically used for biting. And as far as canine are concerned, they are the one with the pointed ends, and they are located here or here. Normally you can see them, like if you're looking at a cat or a tiger or a lion or a dog, right? They have large teeth which are coming pointedly outwards. Those are the canines actually. They are used for tearing, and humans basically we use for them if we are going to eat any hard substance, for like for example sugar cane. अगर आपका छिलका tear करने की कोशिश करते हैं, that time we'll use. Now the comes a backward, that backward teeth, that is your premolars and molars, and they're basically used for chewing the food. जब आप कुछ भी खाना खाते हैं, लाइक नॉर्मली वी च्यू द फूड प्रॉपरली, राइट? सलीवा मिक्सअप करना है ताकि आपका खाना डाइजेस्ट हो सके, स्टार्च का डाइजेशन स्टार्ट हो जाए. सो दिस च्यूइंग, जिसे आप खाना चबाने वाली बात बोलते हो, वो कौन करता है? आपके प्री मोलर्स हैं, मोलर्स. नाउ कम्स द नेक्स्ट पोर्शन, दैट इज हाउ टू टेक प्रॉपर केयर ऑफ द टीथ, right? This is very important, right? Normally you are being like parents would be quite strict in the like junior classes. You were told कि आपको सुबह ब्रश करना चाहिए, शाम को ब्रश करना चाहिए, and the reason for that is very simple, right? What happens is, like if you're not brushing your teeth on a regular basis, uh, some food particles will be stuck inside your, like between the spaces in your teeth, and when they have not been removed for a longer period of time, what happens exactly? They form a layer of they form a blackish layer, and that layer is called as plaque. And what happens if this plaque is there? Okay, if in the initial stages of the plaque formation, it is being removed with the help of brush and all, it can go very easily. But after a longer period of time, आप काफी टाइम तक ब्रश नहीं कर रहे हैं, it is very hard, and you have to go to a dentist for the removal of plaque. तो ये प्लेग नुकसान कैसे करती है बेसिकली? प्लेग बेसिकली डज व्हाट, इट प्रोवाइड्स एज अ होम फॉर सर्टेन बैक्टीरिया. हम लोग जो भी खाना खाते हैं वो प्योर तो होता नहीं है, कहीं से इक्का दुक्का अगर बैक्टीरिया उस प्लेग में अगर जाके बैठ गया है, तो ये बैक्टीरिया क्या करेगा? It will convert whatever sugar component will be there in our food into some acid, and this acid will react with the enamel, basically white wala portion of your teeth, and will create holes, and that holes are called as cavity, and this cavity will result in the sensitivity. तो ध्यान रखें कि अगर आप दांत साफ नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो कुछ खाने के पार्टिकल्स आपके दांतों के बीच में फंस जाएंगे, एंड दिस फॉर्म ए लेयर ऑफ ब्लैकिश कोटिंग, जिसे हम बोलते हैं प्ले के अंदर क्या होगा? सर्टेन बैक्टीरिया will come and start residing, and after that these bacteria will convert some sugar into acid, and those acid basically will react with the white portion, that is with the enamel of your teeth, and this will result in the formation of hollow structures, that is cavity, and cause of cavity you will have sensitivity, जिसका आपने अपने टीवी में ऐड भी देखा होगा, like Sensodyne. Like what happens basically, अगर आप कुछ भी ठंडा चीज खाएंगे, हल्की सी भी गर्म खाएंगे, वो इतनी दांतों में लगती है. So it's like very must, like you should brush twice a day actually. Now moving on to the next organ that we have is your esophagus. Now the important part about esophagus, like digestion has started, right, in buccal cavity, basically you can say in your mouth. But as far as esophagus is concerned, there is no digestion. It basically provides as a path, right, ताकि खाना आपका जो होता है वो बक्कल कैविटी से आपके स्टमक तक पहुंच जाए, तो एक तरीके से रूट प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. And there is a movement, right, like basically it's a muscular organ, you can see. And how the food, like आप जो भी खाना खा रहे होते हैं, ऐसा तो होता नहीं कि आप थोड़ा थोड़ा करके खाते हैं, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा खाना खा के आप स्वेलो करते हैं, इट विल गो like through food pipe inside your stomach. So those small portions, that small portion is basically called as cud. अगर हम बाकी में बात करें, यहाँ पे mention नहीं है. So how it goes is, like basically it is a muscular organ. So walls of esophagus will contract and relax actually. तो एक लहरेदार movement कहते हैं ना, and that movement of esophagus, the walls of the esophagus is called as peristalsis. And I should say, remind you again, कि दिस कम्प्लीटली डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक्ट, जो पूरा रास्ता है आपकी डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम का, जो हम चलते जा रहे हैं, माउथ हो गया, माउथ के बाद हम ईसोफेगस में आ गए, दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज योर एलिमेंट्री कैनाल. सो द नेक्स्ट ऑर्गन्स आफ्टर बकल कैविटी एंड ईसोफेगस कम्स इज योर स्टमक. सो स्टमक के बारे में देखते हैं, स्टमक क्या होता है. इट इज समथिंग in book it has been given, it is a J shape like structure. Basically, if you look at the alphabet J in your English like language, you will say it's see something, it is like properly like this J. So it is usually called as J shape like structure, and basically it's a bag like hollow bag like structure which is located on the left side of your stomach. So होता क्या है इसके अंदर, basically आपने देखा होगा कि आप लोग क्या करते हैं, जब आप दूध को बिलोते हैं, राइट, आपके घर में मशीन होती है लाइक फॉर गेटिंग द बटर आउट ऑफ इट. आप दूध को फेंटते हैं, बेलते हैं, जिसे आप कहते हैं. दिस टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट दैट इज बेसिकली चर्निंग इज बीइंग डन बाय द मस्कुलर वॉल्स ऑफ द स्टमक, राइट. तो खाना कंटिन्यूसली क्या होता है, वहाँ रोटेट होता है. एंड व्हाट हैपेंस इज लाइक there are certain type of juices which are being secreted by the walls of stomach, and those juices which cause they are being secreted by the stomach, they are also called as digestive juices. जिसके अंदर आपकी एक एसिड होती है, HCl होती है, then they contain certain type of enzymes, and these enzymes will be somewhere responsible for the digestion, or you can say they'll initiate the digestion of proteins in your food component. And what does this acid do? Basically provides an environment for this conversion, like breaking up of protein into simple molecules. And apart from that, if any bacteria, if they are able to enter, like कुछ भी खाना खा रहे हो बिल्कुल प्योर नहीं होगा, थोड़ा बहुत अगर कोई बैक्टीरिया आपके स्टमक तक पहुंच जाता है, तो दिस एसिड विल किल दैट बैक्टीरिया. नाउ यू कैन थिंक ऑफ दिस लाइक, कॉज एसिड जो होते हैं बहुत डेंजरस सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं, लाइक दे कैन बर्न एनीथिंग. लाइक आपने कभी सुना भी होगा, जैसे नॉर्मली आपकी जो कार की बैटरी या इन्वर्टर की बैटरी होती है, इफ अ ड्रॉप ऑफ एसिड फॉल्स ऑन इट, इट विल बर्न इट completely. So how this acid is being stored, and why it is not giving any like harmful effects inside your stomach? Basic cause, what happens is like the inner layer of your stomach is being covered with the layer of mucosa, which is a very fluid like structure, and it protects from the harmful effects of stomach, right. So from stomach it goes to the next organ, that is your small intestine. Ab small intestine basically is again the longest part of your alimentary canal, right, or you can say of your digestive system. Basically the length of your entire human digestive system is around 8 to 10 meters long, and out of that 8 to 10 meter, only 6 meter only is only there in the small intestine. तो आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि more than 70% of length is occupied by small intestine. And what happens, it is coil like structure. Now if I have to show you coil like structure, what it means, like you can see this, I am holding this wire, right. This wire would be around 1 meter long. So if I am coiling it, coiling means का मतलब क्या है, if I am giving this turns like this, it is coil like structure. So this length is now not 1 meter, you can say, right. If I'm just straightening it up, it is 1 meter. And if I'm just putting up or making or like keeping it in the form of coils, like turns करके करता हूँ, तो इसकी लेंथ क्या होगी, आपकी 1 मीटर की लंबाई हो नहीं पाएगी. See, it is not occupying that much of space as it was occupying. So that's what happens. It is a very long tube-like structure which has been folded, or you can say coiled. Now this portion of small intestine basically is divided into three parts, right? That is your duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, right? So what is happening here is like the undigested, you can say, or semi digested food जो कि पूरा भी डाइजेस्ट नहीं हुआ है, from stomach it is entering inside the duodenum, that is the first portion of your small intestine. Okay, now there comes other two glands, like we have studied about the salivary glands. Other two glands are your liver and pancreas. What happens is like uh, the juices from liver, basically liver is the biggest gland in your body, which is located on the right side of your abdomen. If I'm telling, this is my thoracic region, and below this I have my abdomen region, so it is located on the right side of my abdomen. तो लीवर आपका यहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है. So it is the one that secretes actually bile juice. It means basically the production of bile juice. Why it is important, we'll see now. Being produced in the liver, but liver will directly send it to small intestine. What it will do, actually from liver all the bile juice will go inside the gallbladder, and gallbladder will store the bile juice. So whenever required, you can see one small opening, gallbladder, and this is the green color portion. So green gallbladder will secrete bile juice, not will release bile juice, and one more route will be coming, that will be from pancreas, one more other type of gland that will secrete your pancreatic juice, and they will secrete this bile juice and pancreatic juice inside your duodenum, right. So what this bile does actually, so whatever the fatty, or you can say fatty component, or you can say oily food that you are eating, right, basically bile juice helps in the digestion of fats, right. Okay. So now what happens exactly? Like bile juice, basically the complex molecules will be there for fats. Okay, those will be broken down into simple molecules of fat. मतलब बड़े बड़े molecules से छोटे molecules बन रहे हैं आपके. And this process of breaking down of fat is called as emulsification. Then further with the help of digestive juices, again which are coming from your stomach, it will break down into fatty acids and glycerol. देखिए आपको हर चीज़ को तोड़ते हुए जाना है. क्योंकि देखिए जो भी आपने खाना खाया, स्टार्च है, स्टार्च आपका डाइजेस्ट होते होते क्या बनाएगा, स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट ग्लूकोज बनाएगा. उस तरीके से फैट से आपको मिलेंगे कॉम्प्लेक्स फैट से सिंपल फैट्स, then that again will be broken down into your fatty acids and glycerol, right? So that is will be the end product of your digestion, you can say. So right now important thing is like the digestion will get over in your small intestine. Like ingestion, digestion started along with the ingestion in your buccal cavity, but in stomach we sorry, in esophagus we didn't have any digestion. In stomach, digestion was there for proteins, and then again in small intestine everything was being digested, and that's it. Small intestine, the digestion will get over. Now comes the third portion, that is your absorption of food. And if I'm telling about the absorption of food, that will be seeing in the next video, guys. That's it for this video.